I'm Carolyn Teresa Gonzalez, and I've been attending Wyandotte Family Church for 3 years. June 15th, 1998 almost was the last day of my life. I awoke to what appeared to be an allergic reaction. I had itching all over, I had agitation of the skin, and I was rushed to emergency, where they told my parents to give me Benadryl. We were released and sent back home, and I was given the Benadryl. Upon taking the Benadryl, I fell down a flight of stairs and laid on the kitchen floor motionless as my parents were outside cutting grass. A slew of tests sent us on a journey that lasted almost 2 years. I was given a lot of pain medication because there was no diagnosis. All they knew was to help me to cope with the pain. I saw countless amounts of specialists. I was flown to U of M. It was a journey that took me to a very dark place of wondering why and how God had let this happen to me. At this point, I was pretty much addicted to pain medication. I had gotten down to 78 pounds. I was severely unhealthy, and my body went into a point where my organs began to shut down. I was rushed back to the emergency, where I spent 2 weeks. At the end of that 2 weeks, upon no diagnosis, no answers, and a medical file this high, they told my parents that they had to release me into hospice. The look on my parents' face broke my heart, but my spirit was already broken. I was taken home and I was put into hospice, and every day I was pumped full of morphine and to be made comfortable. One day my mother came and she sat by my bed and she looked at me, and I looked over at her and I told her I had had enough and I was ready to go, and I just wanted to let go, and whatever would happen would happen. My mother let out a sound that I had never heard come out of a human before. It awoke something inside of me that let me know that my time here was not done. My mother, who is no more than 5'2" and probably 118 pounds soaking wet, carried me down 2 flights of stairs. And there was a church playing on the television that she called a hotline to. That day, I got saved over the telephone and I gave my life to Christ. After that, we threw away every medication that I was on, fully addicted to pain medication at that time. It was a risky thing to do, but we knew that it would be a hard road to conquer, but we knew that with God, it would be possible. It was a very long road with lots of anger and withdrawals from the medicine, but we stood on prayer. And to this day, my medical file is still this tall. I still don't have a diagnosis, but I have been healed and whole since that time in my life. I use this as my testimony not only to my daughter, who's now 8, but to people that I meet, because I may be one of the only people that you'll ever meet that made it out of hospice, and I credit that to the Lord. So I believe that no matter what places take you, God can bring you out. Through the love of Jesus, I sit before you today, blessed. Thank you.